How you doing, guys? I'm Nightline84, and welcome to the new year. It's 2021, y'all. Let's just hope nothing bad happens this year, and it just kind of stays pretty chill. So I wanted to plan on going to the new year talking about some artists that Michael was affiliated with, and I think if there's any artist that I want to talk about, it's Prince. And if I want to talk about Prince, I want to talk about probably one of my favorite projects that the estate released, and that is the Sign of the Times Super Deluxe. Now, if you guys don't know, this is actually supposed to be the last record to be released by or under Warner Brothers before they move to Sony, which hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully they don't give Prince the same treatment as they do to Michael. But they really went out with the bang on this one. It has over like 80 songs on here, and it's truly just a masterpiece. Like, everything on here is so great to hear, and it really has it just does not miss. It just does not miss. Now, you can actually find this in 3 formats: CD, vinyl, and digital. Now, for the CD version, it actually comes in with a total of 8 CDs and another CD with a performance at Paisley Park in 1987. Actually, Miles Davis has a guest appearance on that show. It's a great show, one of my favorites. Now, personally, Sign of the Times is one of my favorite records of all time, and the estate has been releasing a lot of deluxe albums throughout the past few years, actually, starting off with the Purple Rain Deluxe in 2017 and then the 1999 Deluxe in 2019. When I heard they were going to do a Sign of the Times Deluxe, in fact a Super Deluxe, I knew this was the one I wanted to get. Now, before I even get into this thing, I just want to clarify that it is a lot of money. If you have the money, I recommend you to buy this because you're really getting your money's worth on this one. The CD version is I don't know, about $150 on the Prince website, though I saw one on Amazon for $122. I'll put in the link down below. For the vinyl version, that one's actually about $200 or over that. But like I said earlier, you can go on Apple Music or Spotify or even SoundCloud or whatever streaming service you have, and you can go check it out on there. So yeah, even before I even start this, I just want to clarify, I'm not going to be switching sides. I'm not going to be talking about Prince for the rest of the year. No, this is still going to be a Michael-based YouTube channel, though I do intend to talk about other artists because I love all kinds of music, and I kind of want to, maybe put you guys on them. So anyways, let's just get started with the album. Now, the deluxe album came out sometime in September of 2020, though the original album for Sign of the Times came out sometime in the summer of 1987, around the same time Michael released Bad. Now, I'm not going to get into the history on the album, nor really talk about the album itself, because I plan on talking about it sometime in the future. Now, this actually does come with a hype sticker, which is really cool, actually. It's like a heart, and it says Prince Sign of the Times. It looks really cool. I kind of regret taking the hype sticker out. Another thing I love is that it kind of has some kind of reflective material. I don't know if you can see it. You can probably see it, but it has some kind of reflective material saying Sign of the Times, which I thought was really cool. Now, I actually prefer this alternate cover of Sign of the Times more than the original, which looked like this. But even this one looks cool too. Even in the back, it has the same reflective material. This time it has the peace sign. It looks really amazing, and I love the back as well. It looks super cool. Now, when you open up the album, it's not even a gatefold. In fact, this is just the cover for it. This is the actual album. So even this has the same reflective material saying Prince, Sign of the Times. Looks amazing. And then in the front, it actually has a picture of Prince during one of the photo shoots. This one does not have the reflective material, though. Anyways, when you open up a lot of the deluxe albums have booklets, though they're never this big. They're usually about as big as a CD. Hold on, let me just get a reference. Usually they kind of look like this. They're about as big as a regular CD. This one's the Pop Life alternate mixes. In the back, like, it has alternate mixes of some of his most famous songs. I love this a lot. If you ever have the money, go get this. But they're usually like a gatefold, and in there here you'll get like a booklet and like a bunch of CDs. But this one, for the CD, it's just a book. It's literally a book, as you can see from here. And I love these books a lot because they have everything on here. They have stories from old friends. They have stories from, what was going on around this time period. Like, it's honestly great. They even have pictures of the lyrics. Like right here is, I think this is like a book, or I think right now they're talking about something about Sign of the Times. I don't know. Over here, like again, you get some photo shoots. This one is the photo of Sheila E., Prince, and Kat Glover. And then you also get a bunch of photos from the tour, which in my opinion is possibly one of the greatest tours of all time. If you want to see a video of the tour, go check out the Sign of the Times movie. It's actually on Peacock, which is literally a free streaming service. And you should also try it out on Tubi, which is another free streaming service. That movie is one of my favorite performance films, or my favorite concert films of all time, right up there with Stop Making Sense by the band Talking Heads. Really check it out. In fact, I recommend you guys to go check out that movie first before you actually listen to the album, because you're going to enjoy the album a lot better if you watch the tour. Then over here is, again, the lyric sheets, the original lyric sheets. This one is for the song You Got the Look. In fact, it was actually originally called The Look. I'm sorry, something fell. I don't know if you can read that. Can you read that? I don't know if you can read that, but yeah. One of my favorite songs on the album. This one is for a song called If I Was Your Girlfriend. Another great song on the Sign of the Times record. And then when you end it, you are greeted with the concert film. This is a different concert film. This was actually taken in Paisley Park on New Year's Eve, I believe. Has the guest appearance of Miles Davis. And then when you flip the page, you get the CDs. Now, talking about the remasters, this is actually an album that needed a remaster. Like, this was one of the albums that many fans wanted a remaster for, because the original one was kind of sounded a little flat. It was very low in volume. Like, there were moments where I had to, turn up the volume, turn down the volume. The mixing was pretty bad. But if you kind of got over that, the album was really good. But now I don't have to do that, and like the mixing just sounded okay, I would say. I mean, not really okay. I mean, it sounded better, definitely better, like a huge upgrade. But comparing it to the past remasters, I think they could have done a little bit better on this one. But that's just me. Anyways, so the first two discs are the original Sign of the Times record. Then right here are the B-sides and singles, which Prince was known for. If you guys don't know, Prince was known for doing a lot of exclusive songs on the B-sides. And a lot of his most famous songs were B-sides, actually. And then all three of these discs, this one, and this one, all three of these are actually vault tracks. And talking about the vault tracks, like, oh my god, there's like over 60 songs. I'll probably talk about it sometime in the future, but like, really, like, he worked on a lot of songs during this time period. And so yeah, so the last two discs are actually the concert at Utrecht. I don't know how you pronounce it. Now, one thing this album comes with is a lyric sheet, of course. It's a little bit scratched. I didn't do good taking care of it. Hold on, if you could like see, there's like a little bit of scratch marks and stuff. But overall, it looks really cool. It's really cool. And I think this is where I can start talking about what I don't like. Before I even get into the stuff I don't like, let me just talk about the pros on this. First of all, I like that it's big. First of all, it's cost effective, so they're not going to be wasting that much money. One thing that the old Deluxe albums were infamous for was that since they had the lyric sheets, it was basically like unlegible. Is that illegible? I don't know how you pronounce it. You could barely read it, basically. Hey, coming from the future. Sorry if I pissed you off right there. It's pronounced illegible. I-L... Is it 1L or 2L? I don't remember. So hopefully as these new deluxe albums keep on coming, hopefully in the future we get them about as big as this when it comes to the CDs. Now before we get into the cons, I'm going to be a little nitpicky. But not everything is going to be perfect, so, you know, of course it's got its own issues. First of all, the fact that the lyric sheet is its own paper. Now, I'm pretty sure many people won't mind this, but personally, I like to, you know, keep everything in shape. I don't want everything to go out all the time. In fact, earlier in the video, I don't know if it's going to stay in, but earlier in the video, this paper literally fell off. So hopefully, if the estate ever plans on doing more super deluxe albums, hopefully they kind of just put it as its own little page in the booklet or something like that. Another thing I want to talk about is the discs. I don't like the fact that, like, you know, the album is its own 2 discs. I'm not a big fan of that. I know they were probably going for like a vinyl type aesthetic, but I know they could fit more into one compact disc. In fact, one of the reasons why compact discs exists is because they were known for like fitting in over hours of, you know, content into just one disc. But that's just mainly for like the albums and even the concerts. I don't understand why it's just 2 discs, but I can understand why they do it with the vault tracks, because the vault tracks, it's a lot of music. It's like 60 songs in the vault tracks, so I can understand why they had to cut it, you know, in 3 pieces. But when it comes to the albums and even the concert discs, I don't want to, you know, switch out in between 30 minutes. You know, I'm just not a big fan of that. And I think one last thing I'll talk about is that it's like a paperback. The fact that it's paperback and not like, you know, softer material kind of sucks, because like they don't really go well together. In fact, if you're a little bit careless, your discs will scratch. In fact, it happened to me with the disc 1 of Sign of the Times. As you can see, like right here, it's like badly scratched. Like it does not look good. But luckily it's playable, you know, no skips, no jumps, no nothing. I like that. But I think it might get a little worse as time goes on. So if you guys can find some, put like a put like something to cover it, because they will get scratched over time. And if you're very careless like I was, you'll end up with this. So please, like, you know, be cautious whenever you have this. Now, I actually want to get in depth with some of the songs on here, because there's quite a few songs I actually enjoy. Again, there's like over 80, so I mean, there's gonna be a lot, and I kind of want to talk about each of them. So yeah, first off, I just want to talk about let's just go into the B-sides. I really enjoyed the La 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 He 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 highly explosive mix. In fact, I don't think this was released prior to the Sign of the Times deluxe album, but I actually used to really like the song before, but now hearing it, I am super happy that that there was more to the song than just those 3 minutes. It's not too crazy, but it's nice to hear, and it's one of my favorite songs from that section. Another one was Shockadelica, the 12-inch mix. I've never heard of this one. I don't think it was released either prior to the album being released, but this was a nice listen as well. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, all the other mixes on here, they were released prior. So yeah, anyways, let's get to the Vault Tracks part 1. Now, in the Vault Tracks part 1, a lot of these songs were done by The Revolution. Because if you guys don't know, this album was recorded between 1985 and 86, and you know, that's when he still had The Revolution with him. So a lot of these songs were done with The Revolution, which was super nice to hear, because a lot of them weren't officially released. Songs such as All My Dreams, you know, that one, oh my god. I'll see you tonight in all my dreams. this one was kind of shared around in the Prince community a lot, mainly because it was just such a good song, you know. Highly underrated track, and I'm surprised he never released it while he was still alive. Would have been really nice, but I'm glad that he eventually released it because it's a great track and I love it to death. Another one was Power Fantastic. Now this wasn't the B-side. This was actually the 10-minute long version, which I was not even aware of prior to this release. I really enjoy Power Fantastic, so the fact that there was a longer version around the vaults is just insane to me. You know, the intro of that song was done super well, very experimental, and something that you wouldn't really expect much from Prince. But at the same time, you know, knowing what kind of person Prince was, he was always experimental. So glad to hear a song from this era kind of like that. And I'm glad it's 10 minutes. I love long ass Prince songs.
Late at night, when the world is sleeping.
Another one was Wonderful Day. Now, later on the vault tracks, I think there was another one where it was a 12-inch version. But the original version for Wonderful Day, that one was kind of all done by Prince.
It's a wonderful day, baby. Tonight, it'll be a wonderful night.
But the instrumental for that one was actually used for one of his movies, Under the Cherry Moon. And I also thought it was interesting that there was a 12-inch version, which I actually prefer more than the original because it has like extra vocals from Wendy and Lisa, who were members of the Revolution.
Oh, it's a wonderful day, baby. Tonight, it'll be a wonderful night.
So really go check those songs out. Another one that I really enjoyed, this one's an instrumental, and it's called And That Says What, which when I first saw the track listing, that one really caught my attention because if you are a hardcore Prince fan, you know that was something Christopher Tracy said a lot on the Under the Cherry Moon movie.
I go to dinner without my father's permission. That says what?
So I was really interested to hear what kind of song this was, which really threw me off guard because this song is all over the place. It's like kind of like an experimental jazz song. It's really interesting and I love it a lot. It's really like a roller coaster ride, you know. It's insane and I love it a lot. I love the structures and everything like that. I really will kill for that, I swear. I love that shit. And I think the last song I'll talk about from the Vault 1 tracks is Witness for the Prosecution. Now there was 2 versions on here that was put on this deluxe album. This one was the first version, obviously, done by the Revolution as well. One of the funkiest songs on this record. Like, this is insane. Like, just everything about it, like, oh my god, the bass line and the drums and just everything like that just goes all together. It's insane and I love it a lot. Really, like, check that one out. One of my favorites on this one. Now for Vault Tracks Part 2, there was a lot of good ones on here as well. I'll talk about one of them, Soul Psychedelicide. This one was super interesting because this was a song that he actually used to perform a lot on the Parade Tour. I'm gonna assume it was during Mutiny because it sounds very similar, but that song was amazing and I love Soul Psychedelicide. It's also something he mentions a lot on Graffiti Bridge, which I thought was super interesting. So yeah, that was a lot of fun to listen, and I heard there's more versions out there, which I'm super interested to hear. Now, another song I also enjoyed on here was a song called The Ball. Now, this was supposed to be on a different project, but this song really surprised me because I usually never expect to hear a song that he eventually got to work on, and this was one of them. The Ball eventually turned out to be a song called I Know, which was on an album called Love Sexy. I think The Ball was somewhat of a demo to I Know, which I thought was extremely interesting. So I love that song a lot, and it's a lot of fun to compare both of them.
Check it out.
Another really interesting one that I was not expecting to be on this album was Crucial. Now, if you guys don't know, Crucial was a song he eventually released on an album called Crystal Ball. But apparently there was multiple versions of this, and this was one of them, which I thought was extremely interesting. Though it's not really that different from the one he eventually released. But super nice to hear an alternate take on Crucial. The next one on here, literally right next to Crucial, this one is known to be probably the best song on this entire vault list, at least what many consider. This one, in my opinion, is right up there. It's called The Cocoa Boys. This song was actually supposed to be used for a musical he was working on with the same name. Basically, the song is just a synopsis of what the musical would have been, I'm assuming, which is pretty much just Purple Rain, but with different people.
On the east side, across the river, what's a band called? Cocoa Boys.
And yeah, that's about it for the Vault 2, and then I think the next one is going to be Vault 3. Now, I'll come in talking about one of the songs that I was probably the most excited to hear, which was Rebirth of the Flesh. I remember hearing this months and months before this record was announced. And honestly, one of my favorite tracks from his unreleased vault. You could really hear a lot of similarities from a few other songs he actually released. I forgot the name of the song, but I know it was on Diamonds and Pearls. I can't remember the name, sorry. Rebirth of the Flesh was probably an inspiration for that song. Really nice to hear, and I really enjoyed it. Another one that actually a lot of people did not know about was Cosmic Day. Now, this song wasn't really released prior, or wasn't leaked prior, but a lot of people were talking about it. But hearing this was super interesting. It was like a rock song, basically. And I know many people like to say, oh, Prince used to sound like a girl, but it's mainly because of the falsetto. This one, he actually sounds like a girl.
This is a cosmic dream. I look outside my window.
Give this song a listen. Cosmic Day. Great song, in my opinion. Crazy, when it comes to vocals. Also on this vault was It's a Wonderful Day, the 12-inch version. I already talked about that prior, but yeah, that one was also really good. And, oh yeah, you know what? I think if I'm going to talk about some of the vault tracks, we'll talk about Wally real quick. Wally was a song that was also kind of floating around. Not the song itself, but the name was kind of floating around because it was known as the Prince song that only his personal friends knew or heard. It was really hyped, and the song overall is okay. It's not crazy, but it's not that great of a song, but give it a listen. I know everyone's tastes is different, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I also want to clarify that these aren't all the songs. Even though there's 80 songs on this entire deluxe set, those still aren't the entire songs. Those aren't all the songs that he worked on during that period. I want to say that's at least 70% of the songs he worked on, but there's still demos and alternate mixes and shit, even some songs he worked on around that time period that's still not out, but I'm assuming the estate is probably planning on releasing that sometime in the future. But yeah, I just want to clarify that still you're getting a lot of songs on here, and it's quite worth the money, really. So yeah. And yeah, I think I'll just end it right there. Overall, I love this. I love this Super Deluxe album. It was something that I was very much looking forward to when I really got into Sign of the Times. I'm just so happy that I'm able to have this in my hands. This is just something that's so much better in person. It's a lot of fun, and it's a nice add-on to your Prince collection. overall, like, it's very worth it. It's very much worth the money. But if you can't afford it, go check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, any kind of streaming service app. It's amazing, honestly amazing. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please go follow me on night_line84 on Instagram. I'm very active on there. And I apologize if I haven't been making any videos lately. School's been getting in the way. But hopefully for the month of February, I post more videos. And yeah, peace. And I love you guys a lot.